Oh, Sexy Red pregnant?
Yeah, we watched it happen on that fucking video.
Nigga.
That was her getting pregnant.
That's what I said.
I'm telling you, we have too much access to these motherfuckers' lives, man.
Yo.
Ah, shit. Well, that shit should be off. Yeah, I got it both on fucking.
So is it supposed to be green like that?
Yeah, it's supposed to be green like that. You know, it's green like the. Yeah, we rolling. We rolling. I am. It should be the numbers.
I ain't talking about you, nigga. I'm talking about me.
My shit, the numbers is rolling.
Thank you,
cool,
sir.
Cool, perfect. All right, here we go. All right, man. Welcome to Dark Comedy, where me, washed out therapist, just talks to comedians, artists about their lives. Hopefully, I can guide them through, their trauma and shit like that. Cause I got this idea. I was talking to this young lady that I be fucking from time to time, and she was telling me that she pays $200 a month for BetterHelp, the whole therapy service. If you're not hip to BetterHelp, it's just and this ain't no damn ad for them, because they be robbing niggas. But pretty much you're like, hey, if your life is all the way jacked up, come on to BetterHelp. We'll get you to a qualified therapist for the low, and they don't never talk about the price. So anytime they're not showing the price, it's way too much. But $200, I was like, shit, let me help these Negroes for for her it'll be the low cost of some pussy, but for you, my brother, we can do this thing for free. But what's on, bruh? What's up?
What's going on, fam? Everything's everything. This is my nigga right here.
Right. Yeah, we have my brother Akil, one of my favorite comics from the east side of Detroit.
No, nigga. First,
my bad.
No. See. First of all, let me handle this real quick.
Introduce yourself real quick, brother.
Thank you. You gonna get a nigga shot? Yo, what, nigga? I got beef on that. Whatever. What up, though? It's the one and only Akil. Born, bred, Detroit, West Side, Schoolcraft. Holla at your boy. I'm here.
And for the people that ain't from Detroit, can you tell me the difference between East and West Detroit?
Yeah, the West Side is that shit, and the East Side is ghetto as hell. Pretty much think of it like this, like the East Side is like the evil stepchild and shit like that. We kind of sweep the East Side up under the rug. East Side ghetto is a motherfucker. I still got mad love because I got family on the East Side, but yeah, East Side ghetto is a motherfucker.
So pretty much East Side of Detroit is Palestine, and the West Side is Israel.
Yeah. Cause we don't hate each other like that. We got love. It's just we just a little bit better on the West Side. That's all. Y'all know, whatever. My West Side people know.
Speaking of that conflict, I want to thank you, my brother, for the whole Revenge of the Jews joke.
Yeah, nigga, you better say thank you. Well, I swear, I just made a comment. And a nigga, and he just colonized my shit and stole my shit. But it's all good, though. Look here. If he want to use it, he better be funny. Because if he ain't, then what was the point?
Hey, I told you, man. Made it a hot line, I made it a hot song.
Yes, he did.
Jay-Z. Works that deep ass Negro.
Just Jay-Z my shit.
Well, yeah, man, we gonna get into it, bro. What how's life treating you, man?
To be honest with you, I have no complaints, and even though I could quote unquote complain, but somebody always got it worse. So what the fuck am I gonna complain for? Look here, I got a roof over my head.
Amen.
I got a job. I'll be on the plantation. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no kids. I ain't been shot by the cops. So, I mean, what the fuck?
Hey.
Nah, shit ain't perfect, but what the fuck? You got motherfuckers that's homeless out here. They'll kill to be where the fuck I'm at. So what the fuck am I gonna complain about?
Amen.
Some real shit.
Man, but we've been doing comedy together for a little while, and one of the common bonds that we have is we both lost a parent. I lost my dad last year, and you lost your mom. When'd you lose your mom, man?
So, my mother made her transition. I don't like to say I lost my mother.
I got you.
My mother made her transition May 3rd, 2022.
Oh, damn, bro. It's wild how things kind of connect, because my father, he transitioned on May 20th, 2022. That is
damn,
crazy.
So, my mama said, fuck it before your pops, huh?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so that nigga lived just a little bit longer.
Yeah, a little bit longer. What's crazy is
that's fucked up. That's fucked up.
How old was your mom when she transitioned?
I can't say on camera.
Oh, okay.
She got warrants.
Niggas ain't gonna go into the upper room serving them warrants.
I'm just saying, nigga, you never know. You never know. If I get smacked in the head or some shit like that out of thin air, that's my mama saying, "Shut the fuck up."
You tell my business. You tell it too much.
You telling the business, nigga. You shut the fuck up.
It's crazy because also that month my uncle, he passed away, and they had the funeral in that May, and then 5 days later, cause my dad, he went to the funeral, and then 5 days later, my dad was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and join my brother. So I told my little brother, I was like, hey, bro, whoever go first, like I was like, ideally, I would like for us to go around the same time. But I was like, all right, if you go first, then I'm gonna do a comedy bit at your funeral, and then I'm gonna go soon afterwards, and then I'll have a hologram, so my hologram could do the comedy bit and my shit. So yeah, man, have you how was that experience for you? Like, if it's not too deep, how was it leading up to your mama passed? Like, how'd you find out?
All right, so I'm not gonna take a whole lot of time, but I'll be brief. So I was on the plantation one morning, right, and I got the call out of nowhere. Got the call from a friend of my mother, well, quote unquote friend of my mother's, and she said that my mother was in the hospital. She had suffered a stroke, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, oh shit! The first thing I did was I put my hands in my face, did a face palm, and I just fucking screamed and shit. And I started crying and all that shit. And so I went and told my supervisor, I was like, yo, I gotta go. My mom's in the hospital, this, that, and the third. Now, keep in mind, my mom's was in Jersey. And by the way, me in New Jersey, at any rate, my mom's was in Jersey. I did not have the motherfucking money to fly to go see my mama. I did not have the money at the damn time. See, that's the problem. When motherfuckers die, motherfuckers don't never die at the opportune time. Motherfuckers always die when a nigga broke as fuck. You know what I'm saying? I was just getting my life together, getting my credit in order, and this motherfucker decided, oh shit, I'm about to say fuck it. So here's what's crazy, right? So my roommate, who I love, her name is Rebecca, right? Little annoying white girl, love her to death. This woman paid for my fucking ticket to New Jersey, like $500-600 damn ticket and shit, right? I took the latest flight, whatever they call that shit.
The red eye?
Yeah, red eye. There we go. I arrived in Jersey, like around 2:00 in the morning. Go straight to the hospital. Now my mother is still breathing, but the eyes, she like kind of cross-eyed and one eye's open. She got the Forrest Whitaker going on and shit. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, when I came in, I saw my mom's, and I don't like hospitals and all that shit. So I saw my mom's, and I started crying just a little bit. And I held her hand, right? And she squoze. Is that the word? Squoze? Squeeze.
We make it into words.
Yeah, y'all motherfuckers know what I mean. Yeah, you know what the fuck I mean. But she squeezed my hand a little bit, so I know she knew that I was there. So it's not like she was fully conscious. She was kind of like 80% unconscious. And then, at any rate, so the next day passed. And because her condition was getting worse and worse, the doctors came up to me, and keep in mind, I got an older brother, and the reason why he wasn't in Jersey with me is because he was recovering from surgery out on the West Coast. And so a nigga like me physically was in Jersey by myself dealing with my mother's ordeal. Now, I was calling on the phone with motherfuckers, but I'm dealing with this shit by my goddamn self. Anyway, so the doctors, it was like, yo, your mom, she had a massive stroke, and we need to have a surgery, or do you want to have a surgery that would take out half of her skull?
Ooh, okay.
And I was like, is that going to help my mama live? I'm being selfish.
Yeah.
Is that going to help my mama live? And they said, not really. And I was like, we're not going to have that. Because my mom's always said, we had this conversation because we was cool like that. She was like, look here, little nigga. If I'm ever on the hospital bed and you got to pull the plug and shit like that, pull the plug, because if I can't be me, what the fuck, ain't no point in me living. That's the kind of motherfucker she was. So
she was a real one
to the day, and I respect that shit. So I had to go through the whole do not resuscitate, put her through hospice. I had to go through that whole situation. You know what I'm saying? And those are the forms you don't want to fill out, but those are the forms you have to fill out. And I will say, I matured so fucking much because I had to deal with this situation by myself, first time dealing with it, all that other shit. So the hospital was cool. They were cool. Nursing staff, hospice staff, they was all good. So it was Tuesday. My flight was coming back here at like 8:00. My mom, she was off wires for like 2 days or so. She was stubborn to the end. On Tuesday night, like around 6:45, 7, kissed my mom's on the forehead because I just had a feeling the days she was about to go. So I kissed her on the forehead. I'm crying and everything. And I said, you know, it's okay. You can let go, right? But this stubborn ass heifer, stubborn ass motherfucker. I'm telling you, this how parents ain't shit. I'm gonna tell you, right? So I'm crying and all that. I head to the airport. I'm walking on the I get on the plane, walking down the motherfucking aisle. Halfway to my motherfucking seat, I get the goddamn call from the doctors. Hey, Mr. Akil, your mother made her transition. Da 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 da. Nigga, I'm on a plane full of motherfucking people.
Man.
Nigga, I wanted to break the fuck down, but I couldn't. So what I did was, thankfully, I'm sitting, my seat was at the back of the plane, right? So I'm sitting down. You got a woman to my right, a woman to my left. Or at least I think she was a woman to my left. You know, when you looking at the hands and shit.
Gotcha.
It anyway. So I had a picture of my mom's, and I'm silently sobbing, right? It's like it's like the Denzel tear,
the single tear, glory,
yeah. The glory tear, the Viola Davis, Antoine Fisher tear and shit, right? You know what I'm saying? The tears say everything, right? And the woman to my right, it's funny when you lose a parent. I'm not hoping that you do, but when you do, because we all will. When you do, you meet a lot of motherfuckers that recently lost their parents,
right?
Or they have lost their parents, and it's just an energy thing. So anyway, so I'm looking at the picture and I'm crying and all that, silently sobbing. And the woman to my right, she already know what's going on, and she put her hand on my thigh, and just kind of talk to me a little bit. So I fly back to Atlanta. My roommate picked me up. She's like, you know, how's everything going and everything, what happened? And I'm like, you know, my mom's made her transition, this, that, and the third. I go back to the crib. My roommate, it was raining too. It was crazy. I got back to the crib at like midnight, 1 o'clock. It was raining, thunderstorming and all that. Me and my roommate was outside for about 30 minutes. I was hoping she'd get the fuck on so I can fucking cry.
Get the full on.
And grieve and shit and just cry, right? She ended up leaving. I was outside for about 3 hours straight, you know, on our little patio thing with the umbrella. I had our favorite song playing, and I'm just crying, and I'm letting that off.
What was the song?
A Song for Mama by Boyz II Men.
Gotcha.
And when I was by my mama's side, in our final days and final breaths, I just had that song on repeat.
Gotcha.
And I can't even listen to that song now. I haven't even listened to it since, because I'll break down. Nigga, don't play it. See me break down, I'll fuck you up. Anyway, this is my nigga. I'm just playing. He's a trained killer. At any rate, I'm a bitch at it. Anyway, so yeah. So I'm crying and all that, and I had to get it out because, unfortunately, with black folks, we ain't got wills. We ain't got no estate information. We ain't got none of that shit.
Right.
So I had to deal with that shit by myself, with my brother, not by myself, well, by myself physically, but my brother, my older brother, he went through the same thing with my grandmother, our grandmother. So he was coaching. I ran point, but he was coaching me through the whole thing. So you find out a lot about your parents when they dead, and all the debt and shit like that, you know, and all that shit that you got to take care of. And in all honesty, outside of the night that I came home and cried and all that, I haven't grieved.
Okay.
And the reason why is because, nigga, I had to handle estate shit. Nigga, I gotta keep a roof over my head, so a nigga gotta work. I can't afford, I'm a rent-a-cop. I can't afford to take days off, nigga. If I take a day off, nigga, I don't eat. You dig? So I gotta fucking work. And the problem is, I already got a short temper, already got anger issues and shit. Nigga, I was snapping on people at work. I threatened to kill a couple motherfuckers. Almost beat the shit out of another motherfucker. They would have let me, at any rate. So I haven't really grieved, even still, and it's been over a year. I haven't grieved, really. But thankfully, I'm working every day. We shooting, you know what I'm saying, doing comedy, forest, you know, with Earth, things of that nature. If it wasn't for these motherfuckers, I'd probably kill somebody or myself.
We don't need you doing a bid, brother. We don't need you.
No, I'm just saying, like, on some real shit. If it wasn't for, like, comedy, humor, and dealing with motherfuckers that's just as fucked up as you, if it wasn't for these motherfuckers, shit, I would be a true menace to society. I would kill somebody.
So what would you say? And once again, thank you for sharing that.
No problem.
Know,
I know
it ain't.
He was looking at his watch and shit.
No, I just don't want us to like be super long with it.
I got you.
I look forward to when I can afford to have, you know, people up in there, you know, telling people, hey, you got 5 minutes, nigga. But with that said, like, what has been the hardest part about the process since your mom was passed? Like, what has been the toughest part?
Not being able to go through the process.
Gotcha.
Nigga, I have not grieved, and I've came to a place of peace to reside in. So I reside in that peace, and that prevents me, that helps me navigate through everyday life. So not being able to actually grieve.
Gotcha. And now I've heard your comedy. Definitely dope comic. Check him out, please. I need y'all to check this brother comic. Support this brother so he can grieve. 1-800 help a nigga grieve. For the low cost of 3 cents a day, you can help a Negro grieve.
I'm saying,
and you can see the little fucking fly coming and land on your eyeball and shit.
I'm saying,
in a single tear. But I've heard your comedy, definitely dope. Why haven't you talked about your mom's death on stage yet?
Because I don't feel like I'm not, put it like this, I'm not comfortable. No. And it's funny because I had this conversation on the plantation. Because if I did it now, I'd break down in front of the fucking people, and I'm not ready to break down in front of the fucking people. It's one of those things where I have to be comfortable enough as an artist to share it and, still laugh and go through the pains and all of that. But a nigga like me ain't trying to break down in front of the fucking audience. That's something I do like after I perform it.
Gotcha.
So really, I'm just not.
So you cry on the train.
Yeah, I'm just not mentally ready to do it yet, to perform that yet. My brother said the same thing because we got a fucked up family.
Yeah.
So
I will say, bro, you ready. I mean, you're never gonna be ready, but you ready.
And,
yeah. I got you. It's gonna hit you. It's gonna hit you out of nowhere, because that's what that's a crazy thing about grief. I think the reason why I talk about my dad, my light skin ass getting emotional now and shit like that. Damn. I gotta make sure, because
ain't nothing wrong with it.
I think the thing that the hardest part for me is my dad was my cheerleader, dog. Like, no matter what, like, it wasn't no agendas, it wasn't no fucking, you gotta, because you know how a lot of dads are like, oh, if you was doing, like, if your dad was a preacher, your pops, he wanted you to be a preacher or something. If you played, like, even with the Sanders, he played football, so damn, Shador and Shaw, they all playing football. And I think it was like, I don't have nobody after these shows to, like, because comedy's a lonely fucking, like Brother Earth said, comedy is a lonely experience, man. And when I'm going through that whole, like, damn, I felt like I fucked up on stage, or like, to have the stage to humble you, I don't have my dad to give me that encouragement in real time. But in a way, and it's like, I don't have, like, as I go, I don't get to see my dad in the front row, when I do my sets, but I have to flip it and be like, my dad is all around. And how I keep his legacy, like, I do talk about him. I do talk about, finding the pocket pussy and shit like that. And it's like, kind of, like you said, you do find out some wild shit about your parents. But yeah, that's kind of how I kind of get that shit out. And I know I get it, man, because I haven't got to the point where I've broken down on stage. And as I was telling you earlier, like, motherfuckers will steal your jokes, but they can't steal your life. They can't steal your story. They could try it, but they can't tell it how you can. And I literally have the golden nugget right there in front of me. Like, it's literally every time I might nigga talk about this shit and literally do like a Lisa Deep and cry on fucking stage. But somehow, some way, that fucking ego, that male ego, was all like, go tell jokes, nigga. Go fucking be like these other niggas and shit like that. Go fucking tell. Go out, show a bigger fucking telling joke.
So, nigga, you would steal everything except the golden nugget, the most valuable fucking thing. You would steal everything else.
I'm telling you, man, that stage, that mic does something to you, man. It literally turns you into it. In comic, I feel like comic comedians relate, but it'll turn you into a different version of yourself.
Indeed.
It'll make you. I hate even doing. What I hate about it is, like, it makes you be fake. And we're all on this path to realness, and realness is where the fucking $1 million is. They say you win the crowd, you win your freedom. Word the fucking old boy from Gladiator. At least I give credit to motherfuckers. At least I give credit. I'll steal your shit, but I'll tell you where I steal it from. I will give you that. But
you can't get mad at that. It's true.
we want to kind of keep this rather under 30 minutes. What do you want the people to know about? Two questions, and I'll hit back on it. What was dope about your mom? Like, what was the dopest thing that you admired about her?
Dopest thing about my mother. My mother is probably one of the most resilient motherfuckers that I know and that I have ever known personally. Nothing could hold that woman down. Nothing can hold that woman back. Ironically, except her own temper, which is the same thing with me, but that's another story. But when I got older and I knew her story and got to learn her story, because parents don't tell you their story.
Especially a woman.
Exactly. She's not going to tell you a story. But when I found out my mother's story and what she went through and, the path that she was on and what she had to do, like, she's a resilient motherfucker. And I love that. That right there, her resiliency. And there's a plethora of other things, but her resiliency, like that motherfucker. Like if you motherfuckers only knew, I'm not gonna die. If you only fucking knew, that shit. Can't hold that motherfucker. Can't stop that motherfucker from nothing. If she want it, she gonna handle it. By hook or by crook, she gonna handle that shit. Don't matter. Do what the fuck you gotta do. That's what the fuck we do as people. As a people. But anyway, what's the second question?
And the second question is, what advice would you give to anybody that lost a parent, or at some point is going to lose a parent?
Make sure your affairs are in order. Like, I'm not going to talk about the emotional shit. I'm not going to talk about none of that. Make sure your motherfucking affairs are in order. What do I mean by that? Make sure you motherfuckers have life insurance policies. You understand? Legitimate, legal life insurance policies. All right? Make sure you motherfuckers have a will. Make sure you motherfuckers have assets. Excuse me. Make sure you have your assets in a way to whereas X, Y, and Z is handled by A, B, and C. Right? Just make sure the paperwork is in order, because if it ain't, oh my God, it's hell. You got to go through probate. You got to go through these bullshit ass fucking lawyers, bullshit ass fucking attorneys and shit. Motherfuckers that will take your grief and profit off that shit and really do shit that you could have done your goddamn self, but you just don't want to. You dig? So yeah, that right there, that shit, right the fuck there.
Sure, appreciate that, bro. And
get your fucking affairs in order.
Get your affairs in order, man. Shout out to my pops for leaving that life insurance money. Thank you, pops.
I'm saying.
I'm
real, and look, and be honest on that shit, because I'll share this real quick. So I was expecting 10 G's in the life insurance policy, for my mom's transition and shit like that. Come to find out, I ain't get the shit because, let's just say, some things were told, some untruths. Were told, and nigga like me,
yeah.
But it's all good. So be honest about the shit and just have your paperwork in order. Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
And you good. No apologies needed. I'll just say as we close, my word to you is, at some point, man, talk about how dope your mom was on stage, and if the tears come, man, just get going. I mean, I'm still gonna talk about your ass, little bitch ass nigga, but I'm proud of you.
See, this is why black folk don't sit. This is why black men don't express their emotions.
But
toxic masculinity ass nigga.
I'm going before I even talk about your ass.
We had a deep moment.
I'm gonna pull you to the side. I'm gonna give you a big old hug, bro, and tell you how proud I am for you, because I know.
Nigga, our parents are dead, nigga.
Can I kind of finish, nigga?
Okay, go, nigga.
You always telling me my passing ass to stop interrupting. I'm gonna tell you, I'm proud of you, because I know how hard that is. That is, like, telling jokes is easy. Telling jokes is easy as fuck. But to be vulnerable, to be transparent, that's the hardest shit ever. Yeah. But at the same time, it's gonna be some of the most rewarding shit ever. Your story is gonna get you off of that plantation. Your story is gonna get you way more money than you can ever is gonna replace that damn life insurance policy, and then at the same time, the whole time your mama is gonna be up there. That's the thing about when your parents go. Your parents is over there on the other side, just cheering. That's my baby. That's my baby up there telling my jokes. I don't like him telling my business, but hey, if it gets him out of that, off that plantation, man. So once again, just thank you, my brother.
And my mother is a performer, so yeah.
Hey, bro, but I appreciate you, my brother. Thank you for being
Ain't no
vulnerable.
thing, brother.
Hey,
ain't no thing.
All right, now if you want to tell your vulnerable ass story on dark comedy, come on and holler at me. Click like, subscribe on the fucking YouTube channel. Appreciate you. We out. Oh yeah, and go ahead and drop what you got to drop, bro. Go ahead and drop so your name, your socials, all that good stuff. I'll put it in the show notes. But yeah.
So check this out. Follow me on Instagram _ my name is Akil. YouTube, same damn thing. Facebook, same damn thing. Those are the platforms I fuck with.
And once again, for the 3 cents a day, you can sponsor a Negro that needs to grieve. Go ahead and holler at 1-800-GRIEVING Niggas.
1-800 grieving niggas.
Yeah.
See, white folks always be adding extra shit. It's just a regular dap nigga. See, that's the 40%. Go ahead. All right, we done.
All right, appreciate you.
Yes, sir.